Hello, and welcome to Moxie Monday. Hi, so welcome. I want to just take a moment to really ask you to come into this space with me, to really just put everything aside for a moment. Maybe place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Maybe come in from your busy morning or your early afternoon or wherever you're coming in from and drop into this space. Notice when you drop in, does it bring you anxiety to get still and quiet? All those little, what's going on? What do I need to do? All those things, are those running through your head? Just come into this space. Does it come up for you that I want to know what the plan is? That's what we're going to talk about today. So come back into this moment, open your eyes, keep your eyes closed if you choose to. But I want to talk about uncertainty. I want to talk about, does it help for us to know the plan? Can we know the plan? Some of you may know I'm making some really big changes. There's a lot that's moving since I've published the book, Moxie, and I've been on podcasts. I was on a podcast this morning, and I've been speaking, and it's wonderful. It's lovely. It's just such a tremendous honor to get to share about Moxie, a hospice chaplain's journey through grief. And I could not have even imagined. I think I thought it would look differently, and I thought I would have another program by now, and I'm really having to live the uncertainty, and it's really uncomfortable, and it's bringing up this whole line of um, control, thinking I need to control, thinking I need to do it differently when maybe I don't need to do it differently. Maybe it's exactly the way it's supposed to be. The other thing, I think you may remember that I'm a grandma now, a SAFTA, and so we are planning a move to New Mexico to be closer to our daughter and son-in-law and the grandbaby. Of course, my heart is pulled because our son and our daughter-in-law live here, and this is just where we're supposed to be. So there's a lot of uncertainty. My husband just got admitted to the New Mexico bar, which is great. And so we're going to be there in March so he can be sworn in, but I'm also going to spend time with my daughter and son-in-law and the baby. And then we'll spend this week in Albuquerque so we can find a place to live. And there's so many unsettled pieces, and it's really, really unsettling for me. And this weekend, I was looking at houses virtually with my realtor and so disconcerted because so many of the pictures look differently than the places did in person. And I'm just not going to know until I get there. And because I'm such a feeler, I'm going to have to feel the space. I'm going to have to feel what that place looks like, what the area looks like. What the home has, and does it meet our needs? And there's so many different details that I'm thinking of. If I am going to, part of the time at least, I'll still do private practice, but I may work in a hospital, and I want to be able to go in the middle of the night and feel safe. driving in that route. So I'm contemplating that of a place to live. And at the same time this was happening over the weekend, I was trying to arrange an Airbnb. And I thought, okay, I'm going to save a little bit of money. I'm going to go on AARP. Yes, thank you. 64 and a half. I get to do that. And I'm going to buy a discounted Airbnb gift card. So I get this card. I find the Airbnb I want. And I call Airbnb. I call AARP before and I say, does it get delivered digitally? Do I have it right away? Because I didn't want to find an Airbnb and then not be able to book it. And she said, yeah, 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 you get it right away. I bought it. It said, oh, it'll be there in 24 hours. So it wasn't right away. So then I get the next morning, I get the Airbnb gift card email and I click to redeem it. And then for the next 15 minutes first, it just spins and spins and spins. It never goes through. It never comes through. I don't get to redeem it because you have to redeem it and then you have to upload it to Airbnb. This happened the whole weekend. I sent help, I created a ticket, and finally I had to surrender. I had to surrender because when things like that happen and nothing is clicking, then I have to surrender. I have to go, okay, now's not the time. I did lose that Airbnb that I wanted, so I didn't get to go to that one. I searched for others, and it just said, your your transaction is being reviewed. Wait, wait, wait. And I'm just like, ugh, so frustrating because this person, this being wanted to like, let's get it all chop chop chop, let's get it all in place so it's all settled, right? And make it all happen. But what I'm getting to learn in this journey is that I can't know certain things ahead of time. And I don't even know, it's very possible that the house for us isn't even on the market yet because it really doesn't matter if I like something right now because I'm going to have to see what's available when we go in a few weeks. And, but I want it now. I want to have it all settled right now. And the truth is that there is purpose in it not being settled. I'm having to learn about weight. I was reminded of another book that I started writing but didn't write called Holy Waiting, Trusting the Divine Process. I do not want to believe that there's something holy in this. But when I get pushed to that limit and I have to surrender, maybe there's tears, maybe there's grief in not being able to control. I have to surrender. And then I have to drop into this place of going, okay, I have to wait. Early on in my recovery, and I was early on in my development of a spiritual relationship with a higher power that I choose to call God and Source and Spirit, I heard, how do you listen? How do you begin to get connected with that inner guidance? And what might happen, and I share this with a lot of people, you might hear inside yourself, turn right. You need to turn right. You might hear inside yourself, turn left, then turn left. But you might hear just wait. And maybe you don't hear wait, but nothing aligns. So you have to surrender it. This morning comes, I had already accepted that I wouldn't be able to call either AARP or reach out to these people until this morning But I did send another ticket to this third party that was supposed to be able to redeem these gift cards. I go ahead, I go on to record a podcast at 8 a.m. this morning, Pacific time. So I just go about my business, right? And I just show up. Um, and all of a sudden, I get done with the podcast, and the card's been redeemed. It's all set up. I go to upload it. I upload it. I found another Airbnb. I got it all settled. So we're all set to go in March for this week in this Airbnb. And the truth is if we knew every piece of the plan, whatever the plan is, whatever our life would look like, whatever we're supposed to learn and see ahead of time, then we might not want that. And we might not appreciate it when it does come. And so, my goal today, and I believe this takes Moxie, is to surrender to the adventure, to surrender to what has not been seen yet, and to relax my body, because I can tell you that stress is not good for my body. I can tell you that it will wreak havoc, and I need everything to flow. That's my desire, is to have to just be within that source energy, with oneness with God, with spirit, and to be in alignment every step of the way with my clients, with my families, with podcasts, with what's coming with this move, with my relationships. And that means I need to tell the truth, and I need to show up for it all. So I'm wishing you a beautiful Moxie Monday. Feel free to reach out to me. Much love and light to you all.